Hey, yo, man. Welcome to the first episode of Chef with Jeff.
Yeah.
And I'm here with the one and only, my elder brother, a soon-to-be graduate of University of Mississauga with a degree of biology, mathematics, and statistics. Statistics. It's your boy, my one and only elder brother.
Help Picante, what's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
I'm actually alright.
How's everything, man?
Everything is good.
Alright, so today, you know, we're gonna be cooking and all that.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Today,
What are we
the
cooking?
actual today I want to cook braised rice. You know, you see here I have my rice. It's sticky. I washed it, so that's why it's a little bit sticky.
You wash your rice, bro?
Come
on, man.
Rice, neighborhood. And also, yeah, you have your.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna grind a pepper for you.
Yeah,
so what
appreciate it,
exactly is braised rice, bro?
So okay, braised rice is one of the famous foods. Your friend Awamo. It's called oil rice.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically you can even see it from the from past Ghanaian videos. Like it's one of the cheapest ways to get nutrition in Ghana. Yeah, it's just rice, oil, onions, pepper, and when you have a little bit of money, you just add some eggs to it, which I think we have on the side.
We have eggs and onions. So these are eggs.
Anyway.
Yeah. So these are the ingredients, right? You have your pepper for the extra curriculum activities, yeah. And you have your egg on the side as a side dish, right? And then you have your rice and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, bro, how's your personal life, man? How's life treating you, bro?
To be honest, can't complain. You know. C'est la vie. Yo, I thought you said you knew how to cook than me. Bro,
I know how to cook better than you.
Fam,
Everyone can attest to that.
You are out of your yo.
Come on.
I
Everyone
made soup for our mom, man. This guy from scratch. My mom said that was the best soup she's ever. No, zoom into the way you did hold the fucking knife. Look at this.
Bro.
Look at this. Like fucking chef, bro.
Bro,
The knife is not even getting up, fam.
It was one time.
It wasn't one time. I pulled hat tricks, bro.
I won you in the jollof cook-off, bro.
What jollof cook-off? You just cooked 3 times. You think you're on.
And then you
third
time was
yo, fam. You cook meals that you couldn't eat yourself, and you're telling me that. Sorry, bro.
We'll see that later. So, bro, how would you describe your childhood? What's your childhood like? Because I know some part of it, but I want to see what your childhood is from your perspective.
To be honest, you already know. Like, I think you already know where we are. I like to describe myself as Ghana-made, Canadian-used, right? Hey, producers at the back, give me some oil, bro. Give me 1 bottle of oil. Yeah, shout out to the producers. But yeah, I like to describe myself as Ghana-made, Canadian-used. I lived in Canada for I think 8 years.
Lived in Canada for 7 years.
7 years, and yeah.
Thank you, producer.
Thank you for the oil. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I mean, I'm the eldest, as you could tell. I'm the smartest.
So you're the eldest of how many boys?
Unfortunately, wait, all of them were the ones we know. You already know.
The eldest of how many?
The ones we know?
Yeah.
The ones we know are like the ones that came from the same home.
Bro, come on, man. Just answer.
Alright, so with that account, I'm the eldest of 5. Yeah, the eldest of 5. I like to think of myself as the best writer.
So how does it feel like growing up in a place where you are the oldest of 5? How does that feel like? Does it come with any repercussions? Does it come with any responsibilities?
Yeah, to be honest, it is a lot of work. And I think you could attest to it when I left for Canada and you had to take the elder position for the other 3. It's not easy, like especially having all those responsibilities on you. And I feel like every single learning mistake of mine is an opportunity for you guys. So unfortunately, most of the times I make the mistakes so that you guys will not have to repeat the same mistakes, right?
And does that really feel like some kind of burden to you, or do you love that is the situation for you, or does that feel like a burden for you sometimes?
Okay, so it's a love-hate relationship. To be honest with you, you know why I like be the first one. Because the guy in the in the Ghana places, you know, it comes with the preps of how do I say this? Of opportunities. Like you always get the biggest share among other kids. So I think that is something that I like.
Yeah, I think it's something our elderly would describe.
Hey, shout out to Big Philomena, bro.
How did that feel like?
Yo, okay. First of all, if you don't know Philomena, she actually, I don't think any one of you guys do know Philomena. She is a hard-headed woman. She was a teacher too. Why is my oil not getting hot? I know I'm using the wrong saucepan, but yeah, I mean, she's a hard-headed woman, and she was actually a teacher of her church. The first time that I went, I cried myself to sleep. Guess what this woman did? Not a single thing. She didn't give up. Because she said, you're there, bro. Because you know what she said? She's like, no matter how much you cry, you're not leaving. You are here. And it was all for a better education. So yeah, it helped out. And now, I mean, I'll say like compared to most of you, I have like a harder upbringing, and I'm not more like emotional because Philomena made me to the point that even if I'm emotional, I can still function, because I feel like the training that we came about was more like if you're a man, you should still be able to function like whether you're emotional or not.
Would you say that you are less emotional or more disciplined? And would you say that is one of the biggest traits you got from, the OG?
I would say that I'm both. I would like to say that I'm both, because discipline, in order to be disciplined, you have to be less emotional. If you're too emotional, you lose your discipline, right? So I don't. Yeah, it's getting hot now. I don't think that I think it's both. And especially given the fact that I lived in Canada like mostly by myself, and I had like a house to myself, and I could have done all the drugs and every single thing that I wanted to, I still didn't give in. Yeah, I think her upbringing, although during that point of my life, although it didn't make sense, I feel like initially it's paid off in terms of my self-control. Yeah, but what about you? What do you think about her? You grew up in the same place.
That is really, really hot, eh?
So we added a little bit of vanilla essence, and what I like to do is that I add my rice first before I add the water, so that like the oil simmers together with the salt and the onions. That's how I personally cook it. Yeah.
Smell good?
Yeah, bro. Then now so we don't believe in waste, so the extra rice we collect it, yeah, and we pour it back into the rice itself, Yeah, that's how real chefs do it.
Okay, so how do you feel about men's mental health?
Ooh, good question, bro. Good question. I really believe that the mental health for men is sort of a joke. Like, as a guy, if a guy is too emotional, it's dangerous. But as a guy is very less emotional, it's also dangerous. So for men, it's like this balance that we always tiptoe.
Yeah, and how does that make you feel as a man that you need to find the balance between? Because I feel like there are a lot of women who do not understand, because they go around saying that men should show emotions and stuff, but they don't know what showing emotions in men really is. Like, think about it. If you see all those men going to mass shoot and stuff because they are pissed off and stuff, that is them showing their emotions. So if you say that hey, men should show their emotions, what do you mean by that? I think women do not understand that conversation. So you as a man, how do you feel about that? How do you think men should express their emotions? How do you think men should balance between expressing themselves and not expressing themselves? And
So-
what have you gone through to make you feel like that?
Listen, I've had a lot of rejections in my life, bro.
Mhm.
So that counts us into the fact of yeah. But the first thing that I feel like is very underappreciated is friends. Get you some good friends. If you have a solid group, especially like that's why like the term the boys is used and it's undermined so much. Like the boys are the boys,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like because of my background in Ghana and because of my status in Ghana, I had access to a lot of wonderful friends, right? In order to express yourself, I think for men, there's a verbal way of expressing yourself. You don't always have to be emotional when you express yourself. Just because you're saying something hurtful doesn't mean that it should always come in like some nagging or some attitude to it.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like women don't understand, because men express their emotions all the time. Like for example, if my girl, right, is doing something and I'm like, hey, you know what you're doing is fucked. I express my emotion. But because I'm not saying that, oh my god, what you do, I don't really like it, they don't see it that way.
I expressing emotion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like a guy will come to you and like I feel like, and this is why like a lot of things compiled in life. Like for example, a guy, let's use in a relationship for example, because that's when men tend to be more emotional because it's your partner and them, right?
Yeah.
So guys are altruistic creatures. That means we are prepared to die for a woman, and I feel like most good guys are. That's true. However, I feel like the reason that most guys are altruistic creatures, we also tend to handle a lot, like tolerate a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Right? So a man will express himself to you multiple times as a woman, and you would not listen. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, he just snapped. No, bitch. He didn't just snap. He's been telling you, hey, shut the fuck up with you, I don't like. But you, because, and I feel like women do this all the time. They say the loudest ones always win the argument. No. You have to start thinking of it a different way. The one who makes the most sense wins the argument.
Yeah.
Because women are loud and like most of the times in arguments, always loud, always yelling. So when the guy's even telling you, right, you're not listening. You get what I'm trying to say? You're not listening. So like when men compile all that thing and they snap, that's why you need a solid foundation called the boys. A lot of this still has to do with mate selection, right? For example, a lot of reasons why men try to join different groups is because of the value that women attach to it. For example, like the bad boys in school always got the girls. I was a good kid in school. I wanted
You're
to
not getting no bitches.
zero, bro. Zero, fam. Fam, I have a book of all my rejections in high school, bro.
No, yeah.
I have a list.
Wow. I guess that book is around like 20 billion pages.
Yeah, bro, I was dry. Nah, high school I was dry, bro. I was dry.
Um,
But yeah, so that's why.
Yeah. Oh, what about the next
Yeah,
question?
the second question. Women, the reason why women don't know what they're listening to is because they're so much attached in their head, right? And I feel like this is why the communication between men and women is so different. For example, if I'm saying that, hey, bros, what you did to me today, I don't like it. Your immediate thing is, first of all, what did I do?
Yeah.
The second thing is that solution, bro, I'm sorry, or an explanation, right? Like, bro, you know what? I didn't mean to, blah 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 blah.
Sorry.
But for women, when you tell them what they did wrong, the first response is to turn it to what you did wrong, for them to react in that way. So it's more like, if you didn't do this, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh.
Right? So then the misinterpretation of my feelings, I'm like, bitch, I'm telling you what you did to me that I don't like. You're like, yeah, but I wouldn't have done that
if you didn't do that.
So you're disregarding his feelings,
Okay.
right? Or for example, when you try to explain yourself without acknowledging the fact that you were wrong, because bro, it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Or technically it's tango, right? If you don't acknowledge in your feelings that, hey, you know what, like, I also had a role to play in how you had to feel. So I feel like the first, what we should do is that when a guy brings something up, although you might feel like the guy is at fault, what you have to do is acknowledge
first.
Yeah, acknowledge, hey, you know what, I'm sorry. babe, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this. However, you know, like this,
Just
that,
did
that,
that will make you feel this way.
So acknowledge his feelings, right? That's what guys do. That's why like guys are most likely like to stay in women. No, to stay in relationships longer as compared to women.
So, bro, are you not gonna tell me how you get girls, man?
Brother! Alright, yo, listen. Here's my approach, bro.
You seen how you put up to one girl today?
Yeah, nah. Bro, so, okay. Apparently, I'm a little bit problematic with the women in a good way.
Continue.
Hey, yo, let me tell you now, this guy.
Continue.
Or not. I mean, I was down for 4 years. I'm a loyal guy, so. I went into a relationship. My last relationship was 4 years. How do I get girls? Oh, rule number one: get rejected a lot. You have to get rejected a lot.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give you your credit right now. That rule works for me. Because after I got rejected by a lot of women, I didn't really care about being rejected no more because I'm like, hey, the worst has already happened. I've got rejected like from 100 girls. If any girl don't like me no more, I don't really care. So I hope every guy does that too. It's a good thing. Trust. Alright, what's your next step?
So my next step is, okay, this is what I realized for myself. Now actually for all men, if you go with the intention of lust, you're always going to fail. If you're going with the intention
that's not true.
No,
there are people who just go and then go and fuck.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you go with the intention like this girl, I'm trying to fuck her, you're gonna fail. But yeah, so that's my first thing. And the next thing is also talk to them like they're normal human beings, bro. Don't go do extra. Like you meet them, you're like, hey, listen, you're actually beautiful. But nah, hold on, miss, what's your name? Blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, and just take it from there. If she's feeling you, she's feeling you. If she's not, take an L and just go. Like, yeah, you shoot your shot, sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't miss. Yeah, I guess the food is ready, eh?
Yeah, I guess it's ready.
Okay.
Let's check it out, man. Bro, the rice looks so f***ing soft, and this is what you think you better cook it than me.
Okay, first of all,
check the pepper, man. Check this is the egg and the pepper is almost done. I had to grind all this
first of
up.
all, it looks soft, but it's f***ing delicious. It looks soft, but it's so f***ing delicious.
It looks like vomit.
Hey, yo, don't disrespect my food like that. Are you stupid or something, bro? Don't call food vomit. Anyway, man. We're going to let our mom have the first bite.
First bite, and let's see. Anyway, man, thank you for tuning in. This is Chef with Jeff, and it's your boy,
ep1.
Jeff the Chef, and with my brother.
ep1. Cheers.
Alright. I also put this.
Broski, buzzing fam. Stuff like the way I like my ass, go like
Yo,
the way I like my pussy.
Hey, yo.